Well, how do there, chums? It is I, Captain Steve, and yes, we have the patch notes for the new update for No Man's Sky, and the patch is actually called Prisms. I know, right? Yeah, that was on my poll, wasn't it, the other day? Freaking ace. I've actually managed to kind of, in a roundabout way, loosely guess something, and look at all these lovely reflections. It's what is brought to the verse. Ray tracing. And look at that like little crevice there, and all sorts of bump mapping and other detailed shizzle. This is like the Visions update, but on steroids. Anyway, executamundo! Boom! And here we go, No Man's Sky Prisms, and you can see there a little chap flying on a flying fauna, so that gives you a rough idea of what's going to be inside of this update. But yeah, there is a lot of lighting improvements, and it is fantastic. Now, I thought DLSS was for dynamic lighting, but no, it's like a deep learning system or something crazy. It says more about it a bit further on. But here we go, this is the actual trailer. I've had to turn the music off because, yeah, it probably would have got a strike or whatever. But you can see in the top left-hand corner all the things that this is bringing in. Volumetric lighting. What's that? Some sort of rideable flying fauna. Anyway, I can let you read that. I can carry on just chatting about what I think of this update and what I feel this has brought to the actual verse. So like I was saying, this is like the Visions update. Visions gave a very nice sort of overhaul to the graphics ensemble and added in the exotic biomes. I don't think this has brought anything new when it comes to biomes, apart from the caves. Yes, caves have had a bit of a facelift. They've added new assets inside of there, new lighting, and they feel a little bit more atmospheric. And talking of atmospherics, the weather. When lightning hits the ground, it may generate storm crystals, which I think is quite a cool idea. So I'd imagine there's going to be storm crystals anyway, but then when lightning hits, it's going to produce more. Freaking awesome idea. And when meteorites hit, it's going to leave some sort of rocky deposit in the ground that you can harvest. Freaking ace. Awesome idea. Great. So that makes sense to maybe place down new bases on some of these extreme weather planets. But what I would say, if we are doing that, we could do with some sort of new power generation that harnesses some of these storms and makes it easier to have a base there. Oh my days, the station looks freaking beautiful. You just saw a quick glimpse of it at the end of that trailer, and oh my, it's nice. I mean, you saw it at the start of my video in glorious 4K as I was running about. The actual reflections on all of the paneling in all of these sort of places is amazing. Now, inside of the patch notes, it does even mention that the Atlas stations have had a facelift as well. When I done my live stream, I hit up Polo and I asked him for directions to an Atlas station. I went to the galactic map. Did he give me one? Heck no! It didn't pop, so I think they might be a little bit squiffy around there. I may have to do some more testing, but see if we can get that to work at some other stage. Yep, they've added lighting to the actual fronts of ships, to the fronts of sentinels, including the walkers and the drones. Pretty much awesome stuff. New warp animations, like I mentioned, the caves, they've been uplifted. The FPS, the frame rate is running lusciously smooth now. Yeah, there's some pictures of the caves there. This bump mapping, the actual textures have got a lot more depth of field. Fantastic. You can ride sort of the creatures now like that you couldn't ride before, like the butterflies, the beetles, all sorts of other stuff. As I mentioned about the lightning leaving behind deposits, and so do asteroids. Awesome. Don't think the wind does anything. The glass looks freaking amazing now, chums. And when you're actually sitting inside your ship, you can see that your cockpit is all made of glass. It's awesome. The appearance modifier has had a UI upgrade. Yeah, there's so much in this. It's like every single update that we've had, like, you know, companions and things, has had a little bit of extra love given to it. We can now get furry creatures as well. A lot more detailed creatures when it comes to their textures, fur, feather options. Yeah. Byte Beat has even had something added to it, so you can even play music in your ships now, like a ship radio, and share tunes amongst each other, which I think is awesome. Your freighter, if you change your freighter to another freighter, you can transport your base over. No more deleting it and starting over. That is so freaking cool. I really like that idea, especially if they do bring us a golden freighter at some stage and you pick it up as a prize in one of these expeditions. Nice. New terminal inside of the Nexus there to get blueprints from. When you blow stuff up now, they actually blow up. We've got explosions. Heck yes, we've got explosions. Really cool particle effects. Yeah, it says here that when you actually use your planetary charts, if it doesn't find something, you don't lose your chart anymore. So there's a lot of quality of life extras here. That's just so cool, him riding on that little sort of goldfish. Fantastic. There's so much in this update. Okay, right, well I'm going to go a little bit slower now, chums, and this is all the stuff on the screen that's also in there as way of, well, patch notes and also bug fixes and a little bit more depth and detail in what this patch actually brings into the verse. But yeah, what I would suggest is inside of the video description I'll put a link to this actual site so you can read it better in your own time. But there is a lot to digest here, chums. There's a lot to see. Is there a lot to do? I'm not too sure. I mean, there is a new panel at the back of the actual station, and that panel at the back of the station does say that you can put in an override chit in it or something. So I'm wondering what that may do. There's other things in here as well, like the new Rideable Pets. I'm sure people are going to want to share the locations of Rideable Pets now, so that's another thing. And also I'd imagine people are going to start playing with the byte beats a little to see if they can build up a little playlist of pretty awesome tunes for when they're flying about the verse. So I may do a video on how to actually create a byte beat. I might share a few videos of a few sort of exotic fauna. I've already got one lined up of the beetles. It may come out as a trailer to this video actually. You may have already seen it. Heck yes, you may have. Yeah, so you can go grab yourself one of those flying beetles. They look like they're made out of rock. They're pretty darn freaking awesome. And something else they've done is they've added extra photo mode options, so you can actually toggle on the bloom and do all sorts of stuff with the depth of field. But what I have noticed, if you press triangle on PlayStation 5 to remove the actual side menu or the bottom menu, it removes the glyphs, and the glyphs don't come back. That is still a problem. That needs to be fixed because that one is really, really squiffy. And it's always been squiffy on VR, so I'm hoping that they actually address that in future, which would be pretty cool. It also mentions in these patch notes there, the one that I've highlighted, is it's going to stop showing crabs as being extinct. This is about the third time I think I've seen this inside patch notes, that they've said that they're going to stop it from saying that creatures are extinct when they're not extinct. So I'm not going to hold my breath until I actually physically see it with my own freaking beady little eyes. Heck yes, but there's a heck of a lot in here, and I haven't read all of them yet. And yeah, it does feel quite an awesome list though. I mean, quality of life was something that I was just touching on the other day, chums, so I'm really happy to see such an extensive patch list. Heck yes, and look at this. Look at this. This thing's freaking ace. It looks like something straight out of a Marvel universe. It's like Dr. Octopus's KitchenAid or something. It's freaking mental. I really, really like that. I mean, it was just a bland wall before, wasn't it? There was sounded like a little silhouette of frigates or freighters on it prior, but now this thing looks freaking awesome. I love it. It's like Dr. Robotnik. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye, goodbye, and goodbye again. I want to say a massive, great big thank you for watching. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. And thank you to my backers over on Patreon and on YouTube membership. If you do want to support this channel, you could just not skip my adverts. That throws revenue down my avenue. Or stay with Captain Steve a little bit longer and hit something on this screen. Heck yes, and there's also merch on this screen now. Awesome!